Welcome to Enrollment 2021. It's going to look a little bit different this year. Obviously with the pandemic going on, we didn't want to pack the conference rooms full of people. So we're going to be doing this virtually for everyone to watch either at home or on their work computer or wherever is convenient for them. So we did have a change this year in our brokers that we're dealing with. So I have them here with me today. So I will introduce them and then each of them can just say a little bit about themselves before we get started. So first I have Dom and then John, so I'll let them talk.
Sounds good. Hello, nice to meet everybody virtually. My name is Dominic Noonan. I'm going to be the agent that works directly with the health insurance. I'm going to be the liaison between Rydell and Sanford Health Plan. So if there's ever an issue that you want answered or need answered or anything like that, that's what I'm here to do, is help you get the questions answered. I work directly with Laura, and I can also work directly with you. Laura can give you my number if you have any questions that you want to talk to me directly about. The plans are going to basically stay the same for the renewal. We're going to have the 2,800, the 5,000 HSA plans, and then the 3,000 copay plan. Just one thing you always want to remember, that this is the time of the year. If you want to make changes, add family members, add your spouse, your dependent, or change your plan, or if you have questions on what the plans might offer you differently, this is the time of the year to do it, and that's what I'm here to help you navigate through.
My name is John. I work with Farmers Union. I've been doing this for about 10 years. With Rydell and what I do for you guys, I work directly with all the other benefits that you guys have. So your dental, vision, life, disability, and worksite products. My role is also to provide you guys with assistance on those plans and help maintain the new benefit portal that we've set up for you guys here this year. If you guys have any questions, Laura does have my contact information, and she can get that to you. So if you guys need help filing a claim, making a change, need a little more information on the policy, by all means, don't hesitate, reach out to me and I'll get you taken care of.
Perfect. All right. So we will get started. First, I wanted to just touch real quick on the CARES program from the last year. So for those of you that are maybe new to the company or not familiar with the CARES program, it is an internal program that we have to help employees in need and also members of the community. So typically we use about 75% of the funds on employee-related needs and 25% on the community needs. So that can be anything from time off for care, funds to help for emergency assistance, or in some cases you can donate your PTO at the end of your year if you have some unused. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update as far as where we were at for donations. So in the year we had $15,790.14 in donations from employees, and that was matched by, half that was matched by the owners. And then we also had the cookie money put in there, so we did have a match of $15,491.64. And then we did use about a little less than $11,000 last year. So we definitely do have money in the fund to use. If you know of friends, employees that are in need, please bring those up. We did have a couple different situations where we were able to help guests in the service drive this year. Typical regular guests of ours who maybe needed a single mom who needed tires, or we had an older gentleman that needed some minor fixes on his vehicle, and he was a regular customer of ours, and we were able to help those guests with that too. So any questions or anything about the CARES Fund can be directed to me as well. So we'll move on to talk about Sanford, talk about health insurance for the year. So we are going to be staying with Sanford for another year. The biggest changes with this year is that we are going to be moving our HSA back over to Choice Financial. So for those of you that have been here for any length of time, we were with Choice Financial. We switched over to Bell State Bank 2 years ago, and now we're going to be switching back. So that's a good news. It's a local company. A lot of you already bank with them to begin with, so I think that will be a win-win for all of the employees. Outside of that, we did see a little bit of an increase this year. We saw an increase of 6% overall on the total plan. which was quite a bit less than last year, but still an increase. Last year was an 11% increase. This year's only 6%. So we did still see several higher claims and things like that. So, but with that, the owners have agreed to pay half of the increase that's coming to employees. So on the slide, you'll be able to see what the increase amounts were. So the increase amounts that you guys are paying as employees is half of that cost. So that's a win for the employees. So from there, I'll kind of let Dom talk about the plan and any changes and anything like that.
Yeah, again, the plan is basically going to stay the same. So if you choose to stay in the same plan, your benefits are just going to roll over into the same plan. The 2,800 to 5,000 HSAs, and then the 3,000 copay. Not many changes at all to those. In fact, there's none. So it's going to be a pretty easy enrollment period. The one thing with Sanford Health Plan, with all health insurance companies, is they do have what's called a provider network. And if you're ever curious about is your provider in network, that's something that I'm here to help you find out. So if you're curious, if you want to go to a new provider, you can just reach out to me and I'll look that provider up. If you're currently using a provider that you know is not out of network, we want to make sure that all the paperwork's in so that that continues to be covered as in-network. Sanford is always a great company to work with. They really care about their groups, so they're always here to help us. So if there's anything we ever need, any specific special cases, just bring it to me and I'll make sure we get it taken care of. Other than that, I strongly encourage you to look at contributing to your HSA if you're on an HSA qualified plan. You get benefits out of it now, and as you grow older, you can continue to reap those benefits. And if there's ever any questions, just let us know. We'll take care of it. So one question that commonly comes up with health insurance is we get these rate increases at renewal. What about our deductible? The deductible actually runs a calendar year, so it'll run January 1st through December 31st. So the rate will change at renewal, but your deductible is the calendar year.
So sometimes someone will maybe you're on a $5,000 plan today and you go to a $2,800, that will retroactively go back to the first of the year. So even though this doesn't go into effect until March, your deductible for 2021 will be $2,800. So if you've already used that deductible in January and February, and you would get reimbursed then. And then one thing to note, with that single plan, it was $40 a month last year. That single $5,000 HSA plan, that is going to go up to $50. So there's a $10 increase in that main plan. Just all the plans have increases, but as far as that goes, it's an even $10. And then one thing that will continue into next year is the match for the HSA. So switching over to Choice Financial for the HSA, however, continuing that match contribution. So employees will put in $40 a month, and then Rydell will match that amount. So if you're looking to get the max match from Rydell, you would want to be doing at least $20 per paycheck. So any questions about that? I did include a few examples on the slides for you to see. So forward with that. We will be seeing the majority of the changes for this year will be coming in the following slides. So we will be transitioning over to MetLife for dental and vision, and then also our benefits that were previously held by Unum. So John will be here to kind of talk about each of those changes. But the good news is with these benefits, dental and vision specifically, they are decreasing. All the plans decreased by a certain amount. So that's a win for the employees. So I'll kind of hand it over to John and he can continue on.
Yeah, so like Laura said, this year we're going to be moving the dental and vision to MetLife. What we do when we come in and work with a client is we do our best to match or make coverage stronger. And we were able to accomplish that this year and also reduce the premium for you guys. So when you go through with these new plans, they're going to cost you less. Your annual maximum, your deductible, your copays, they're all going to be the same. We increase the strength of the coverage by giving you a higher frame allowance on your vision and by increasing the out-of-network coverage on the dental, so you can use that plan with any provider that you want. If you guys have any questions on those plans, please don't hesitate to call me.
Okay, so that will take care of dental and vision. One thing to note, so in the past, we have always gotten a card for dental, but last year we did not have cards for VSP, and that was pretty confusing. But this year we'll have cards for everything. So you'll get a new card for medical, you'll get a new HSA card from Choice, you'll get a new dental card from MetLife, and you'll get a new vision card. Are they separate cards?
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay. Next, John can talk through our short and long-term disability.
So the next two plans I'm going to talk about, and there are a few of you guys here that currently have the short and long-term disability. We're going to be moving that to a new carrier this year as well. We're going to move that over to Equitable. In going through that process, again, we matched coverage so you guys aren't losing out on any benefits, but we were able to bring down the rate. So again, it's just us doing our part to make sure that your benefits are always cost effective. If you guys have any questions on these plans, again, don't hesitate to give me a call. One common question I get with the disability product or even some of the worksite product is there a waiting period? Well, I'm happy to announce that if you currently do participate in any one of those plans, you get credit for time insured. So moving over to the new carrier, you will not have to go through a waiting period for any pre-existing condition that you may have.
We did put some of the numbers in the slides. We're going to be creating packets for all employees, so some of the numbers are more detailed on the actual slide. And so now we'll move over to the accident insurance.
So your new accident insurance with MetLife is structured very similarly to what you guys had in the past with Unum. Big difference with this plan is going to be one, the cost, and two, the amount of benefits that are included in the plan. In this plan, there are over 130 different benefits that all pay cash to you in the event that you have an injury. Now, on the slide, you can see I did put a small claim example in there for illustrative purposes, so you guys can see just how that plan will pay in a situation like that. And as you can see, for the $7-ish a month that it would cost to cover yourself, has a pretty high yield in benefits received if and when you use it. Again, if you have any questions on this policy, don't hesitate to give me a call.
Okay. Next, hospital insurance.
Hospital insurance this year is going to be with MetLife as well. With this plan, we did make some changes to the policy. We wanted to provide you guys a plan that was going to help more with your out-of-pocket on your medical. So in this policy, you will see some different changes from the plan that you guys had in the past. One of the things that we did is we increased the confinement benefit up to $1,500 for your initial confinement. We also added ICU benefits in there as well. With everything going on with the pandemic, and we see what has happened on the worst, the more severe scenarios with people who have been tested positive with COVID, there sometimes is some ICU stays that are associated with that. So for us, we want to make sure that you guys have the right coverage in place for what's going on in today's society. In this plan, we also did add a nice benefit in there for newborn confinement. That wasn't on your previous plan, but we did want to put in a little perk there for you guys on that one as well. Pricing is going to depend on your coverage, so you'll see that on the screen there for you. Again, if you have any questions on this policy, don't hesitate to give me a call.
And then critical illness.
So the critical illness insurance this year is going to be a lot easier for you guys to understand. The one that you guys had in the past was a split plan. You could choose to have the policy with cancer or without cancer. This year what we did is we combined it. We wanted to make sure that you guys had coverage for all those critical illnesses because you never know what's going to happen. In 10 years I've been doing this, I've seen claim situations where somebody has a heart attack but all they had was a cancer policy. Either one of those situations are bad. They affect your lifestyle in a very, very dramatic way. So what we want to do is make sure you guys have the right coverage. And having a cost-effective way to cover all critical illnesses is what this plan is going to provide you. You do have a guaranteed issue option on this policy, anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 worth of coverage. And your rate is going to be based off of $1,000 worth of coverage. So as you can see, we have a rate table there for you guys. You'll find out once you log into the portal and start viewing these options. It's going to calculate your premium for you to make it easier. But in this plan, you do have all your major critical illnesses covered to include heart attack, stroke, and cancer. And then there are also portability and continuations of coverage available.
Perfect. So we're just kind of getting to the end here. I did want to go back and touch on a couple things that I forgot with the dental plan. So previously we had a waiting period with the dental plan. This year that goes away. So for brand new employees, there used to be a 12-month waiting period for anything a little bit more extensive than your regular cleans, checks, x-rays. So that waiting period does go away, so that's good news for the employee. And then I know a lot of you like to go out to the website and type in your provider and see, make sure that they're in the network. If you do that under MetLife, it might not show your provider. However, the plan that we selected does cover what might look like it's out of network on there. There's only about 1% of providers that aren't covered, and you'd be able to ask your provider if they were that 1%. But for the most, and I can help you with that as well, but for the most part, all of our providers will be covered. So that's just one thing I forgot to mention for dental. As far as what to expect for next steps, this video is going to be released to all of you guys on Monday. Just by the time you're watching this, it'll be Monday. We are going to have packets distributed that all of your managers will be giving you. It'll have a sheet like we've had in the past that will show our rates for every plan, so that will come in the packet. You'll also have these slides so that you can take notes while you're listening to the presentation. You'll also have a description of all of your benefits that you had. It'll show dental, vision, and all of the benefits that you previously had with Unum. It's a one-page document that will show everything that you had. And then this year, we will be enrolling in dental and vision through a portal. So you'll also be sent a link for that, and your managers will have that, and that will be posted in the same place as this video. But included in the packet will be some instructions to help you enroll in dental, vision, and then also all of those other benefits that are now going to Equitable in MetLife. So outside of that, I will be setting up what I'm kind of calling a benefits lab in the conference room next Wednesday and Thursday, so the 20th and 21st. And then I'll be back in this conference room on the 27th and over at Honda on the 26th, where we'll have several different computers set up in the conference room, and you guys can come in. From the hours of 10 to 3, I will be in the conference room. John will also be here. So if you have any kind of issues with enrolling, if you have any kind of questions for me about the plans, literally anything, any questions or need help, come into the conference room between 10 and 3 any of those days, and we'll help you. So I am trying to avoid lines outside my office and interrupting the work day of the office. So if you do have questions, if you could keep it to those days and those times, that would be perfect. And then as far as new hires, if you are hired in the last year, you will be eligible to sign up for the new benefits held by Equitable and MetLife, the short-term, long-term, accident, those benefits. You'll be eligible to sign up, so I will be contacting you to get a sign-up time to meet with John. So each new hire will be required to meet with John to either elect those benefits or decline those benefits. So I'll be in touch with you for that. But if you have any questions about those, in the past we had counselors in the orange room that would help you. We're going to be doing that all at once this year, and so that's why John will be with me for those. So I think that's pretty much all I have. If you guys have any questions, like I said, come to those benefits labs, or I can be reached at 701-757-5888. That's my extension. Cool. Thank you guys. It's been obviously a crazy year with the pandemic. I appreciate everything that all of you guys have done. And so do Ben, Brian, Greg, all of them, and they wanted to show you their appreciation by kicking in half of that increase amount, so please be sure to thank them if you see that. I think that's all I have.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.